The WWE Q2 financials are in, and they're big. What's up, everyone? Welcome on in to PWTorch Daily Newswire for August 16th, 2022. I'm PWTorch Assistant Editor Zack Heydorn. Thank you very much for being with me. I'm thrilled to be here back in the news chair after about a week off. And man, tons of news hit, and we get you all caught up. Right now, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel. We've got new content each and every single day, all throughout the week. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, please like the video. We very much appreciate it. That said, yes, today, WWE reported their Q2 financial numbers on an investor conference call, per usual. They were big ones, really, really big numbers. $328.2 million in revenue. That's up 24% over prior year. In Q2, operating income also increased as well over prior year. Interestingly, though, one of the key highlights outside of the financials and the numbers, and all the, all the stock stuff, all the corporate stuff, they touted that their Q2 PLE events in this year were the most watched ever. And that includes WrestleMania, WrestleMania Backlash, and WWE Hell in a Cell. And those events were up 60%, 49%, and 45% respectively in viewership. Those are good signs for a healthy company. Now, it must be said that those events, I guess, they're comparing apples to apples in terms of the viewership for those events, because WWE had touted similar increases in year-over-year viewership when it was, Peacock to WWE Network. Well, now it's Peacock to Peacock, and so that tells you that people are watching the product. That's obviously that's obviously good news. More analysis on all of those numbers and the conference call and the financials can be found at PWTorch.com right now. The call today featured Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, the two new WWE CEOs. Triple H, Paul Levesque was there as well as the head of creative. And this was the first without Vince McMahon. And so kind of historic in that regard. And they seem to be doing okay. They seem to be doing just fine. Though really, it bears saying that next quarter will be the true quarter to kind of analyze the new regime. Much of Q2 was still Vince McMahon's vision. He was still at the top of the company for most of that, and he was in control. And so for the Q3 financial call, that will be the interesting one, where it's this trio, Khan, McMahon, and Levesque at the top calling the shots, and we'll see how things go. In other news, speaking of WrestleMania, on the investor call this morning, Paul Levesque announced that WrestleMania 39 broke the WWE company record for most first-day tickets sold ever. 90,000 tickets moved for the two-night event within 24 hours. That is a record. Of course, WrestleMania 39 will be live from SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles next year on April 1st and April 2nd. No matches announced at this time, but if you're reading the tea leaves a little bit, all the rumors about The Rock coming in to face Roman Reigns, maybe they drove some of those ticket sales. WWE has not put that out there at all officially, that The Rock will be involved in that event. But, it's been rumored for quite some time. And we'll see if it comes to fruition. Needless to say, 90,000 people will still be going to the show over those two nights at a minimum. Also, in other news, AEW reportedly will send stars to Japan for the Wrestle Kingdom shows that New Japan puts on. It's the biggest New Japan show of the year on January 4th. The Wrestling Observer reported that news this morning, reported that talent is factored into the Wrestle Kingdom plans, but specific names of talent were not mentioned as to who will make the trip and who wouldn't. But the report indicates that some absolutely will. Rapid fire topics here as always, guys. Speaking of New Japan, the G1 semifinals are set. Kazuchika Okada will face Tama Tonga. Will Ospreay will face Tetsuya Naito. And the winners of those two matches will collide in the G1 final, with the winner going on to Wrestle Kingdom to wrestle for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, which is currently held by Jay White. Raw viewership is in this week, and it is flat, 1.9 million viewers on average. Same as prior week. The key demo rating, adult 18 to 49, down a teeny tiny bit to a 0.53, but per Showbuzz, still number one in the demo for the night. And last but not least, folks, I have the least surprising news ever. Vince McMahon knew about the contents of the CM Punk pipe bomb promo before Punk went out there. Are you shocked? Brian Gewirtz confirmed the news. Former head writer Brian Gewirtz confirmed the news in an interview today with Ariel Helwani. So there you go. If you had any question as to whether Vince McMahon knew what was going on out there for Punk's pipe bomb, darn it, now you know. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a blast. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm PWTorch Assistant Editor Zack Heydorn, and we'll catch you guys next time.